welcome back to another video with MidnightLps. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So my last video, the one that was called Ask Me Questions for Q&A, I actually got a lot of interesting questions from some other YouTubers that I'm going to be answering in today's video. So let's get started. Shout out to Purple.44 Official. Here's a little screenshot of some of their questions. So I'm gonna start off with the first one. What's your favorite video game? Okay, so I brought up my two PlayStation 4 games I have been so obsessed with playing. The first one is called Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I love all of the Tomb Raider games. And the Red Dead Redemption 2 game. I also want to try the first one and the other one called Undead, I think it was called. These two games I love to play on my PlayStation 4 and playing Minecraft. That's also a very good one. Same with The Last of Us and Uncharted. There's one game I do want to try. It's called Stray, and it's really interesting. I also play some PC games. One of my other favorite games is called Pets. That one I've been playing a lot lately. Transfer Mice is also a good one. Animal Jam, well, I guess it's in one of my top 10 favorites. I used to be so obsessed with that game when I was younger, but as I'm getting older, I'm kind of losing interest in the game. Nothing wrong with the game or anything. I love all my online friends I've met on there, but the truth is, the updates and everything doesn't really stay consistent, where it's like interesting. Next question is favorite animal. All right, I'm gonna be very honest with this question. I have way too many favorite animals, but if I had to say which ones I liked the most out of every single one of them, I gotta say snow leopards, foxes, and horses. Also dogs, cats, and just a lot of other animals too, but I'm gonna go with snow leopards for being my number one favorite. Next question is favorite color. Honestly, my number one favorite color has to be blue, just any type of color with blue in it. I also like the color black, and also, I do like orange, just like a little bit, maybe like a dark orange, because I also love Halloween. I gotta go with like mainly darker colors I'd like, but definitely the blue. That's always been my favorite color. Okay, so the next question is favorite food. All right, so I hope none of you guys hate me for my favorite food here, but a lot of people don't really like this kind of food type of food for like, mainly because other people just don't like it or care for it, but my favorite food has got to be seafood. I am really into sushi, eating lobster, crab. I also tried raw oysters just last year. Those were pretty slimy, but also pretty good in my opinion. If I had to say like another type of food I like, I also love pretzel bites, wings. I just have like a big option for different foods to eat, but mainly seafood I don't eat often, so I gotta love that the most. I also once in a while do like Mexican food and like Italian food. There's just a lot of different types of foods I like. Seafood's definitely my number one. All right, so the next question is favorite clothing brand. This one is very easy for me. I've always loved wearing clothes that were from Nike, Champion, Adidas. I always loved the athletic clothing because those were just so comfortable to wear. And I was also a very athletic person in my younger days. I still stay in shape, but I just don't play sports anymore. But I've always loved Nike. My number one favorite clothing brand. It's just so simple and easy. I always like their t-shirts, the shorts, the sweatpants, the hoodies, everything. I always wore those types of clothing back in school whenever I went, and I also do wear those clothes when I work out too. Same with Adidas and Champion and some of the other working out clothes I love as well. Last question is favorite book, or shall I say books. I actually have a ton of books I love. So I'm going to show you guys the 4 that I read that I love so much that I'd like to reread again someday. Maybe just not yet, because I have more I have to read. But here are the 4 books I love to read. Alright, so starting off with these 2 books, I loved reading these 2 books. They were one of my favorites. Into Thin Air by John Krakauer. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but also What Made Maddie Run by Kate Fagin, or I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but these two books have always been one of my favorites that I read. Oh my gosh, they gave me chills, and there's just so much adventure, and it was just so cool. But rest in peace to Maddie, the one in this book. This book was very sad, same with Into Thin Air, but it had so many good details and everything in these two books. Alright, the other two books I loved reading when I was younger were these Warrior Cat books. I have read at least some of them. Still have a lot more books I want to read from this series, but I kind of stopped reading them for a bit. So Yellowfang Secret, this was my first ever book I read. And then SkyClan's Destiny, that one was not my second, but I think it was my fourth or fifth one I read from Super Editions. I mean, the Dawn of the Clans were also a good series. Personally, I really liked these two, just with like the certain characters, like Yellowfang with like her childhood and like what happened with her clan, and Leaf Star, the leader, and SkyClan's Destiny with like how she was rolling her whole entire clan and just everything. I just love those two characters so much, especially Thunderstar and Tallstar. Alright, let's get into the next question. So the next person, shout out to Lpsbyemmie, and here's a little screenshot of all of her questions. Congrats on 100. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so who is your favorite singer? So to be honest with you, I have a bunch of different bands and singers I listen to, so it's very hard to choose on who I like the most. I'll just say my favorite bands were definitely Linkin Park. I absolutely love their music. Maroon 5 is also good. Little Image, I recently just started to listen to them. And 5 Seconds of Summer, Hollywood Undead, and just so many other different bands. But favorite singers? Oh boy, let's see. I gotta go with Taylor Swift being one of my favorites. Niall Horan and Liam Payne from One Direction. Absolutely loved their music when they were a band. For them being separate, I gotta say those two. And Harry Styles also, and Zayn and Louis. I also like Carrie Underwood. Let's see, who's another single singer? I really do like Lana Del Rey. I think that's how you pronounce it. Same with Ariana Grande, Austin Mahone, Ava Max. I also gotta say Katy Perry was pretty good. I was gonna say Lady Gaga. I think she sings by herself. And just a bunch more. And sometimes I do listen to rap music. So for rap, I really like Lil Durk for his music. And same with, I think it's Lil Baby. I think that's his name. XX, Tentacion, Juice WRLD for rap music. So I just have a big variety of bands and singers I listen to. But my top favorites for bands is definitely Linkin Park. And for a singer, I gotta go with Lana Del Rey would have to be probably my top 2 favorites. My first one would have to be Taylor Swift. Next question. Do you have any LPS that kind of looks like you? Weird question, but okay, when you said weird question, I was just thinking to myself like, yes, that's a little bit weird, but you know, it's okay. I'll still answer it. So I've always thought about the LPS short-haired cat that I've used for my profile picture for my YouTube and Instagram, always being like an LPS character I want to be, or would be, an LPS short-haired cat, but I don't have green eyes. I have blue eyes. So if I had to choose an LPS that has like the same color as me, but also like one that would kind of like fit my personality kind of, since I was always very athletic and always into track and field in high school times, I gotta go with the LPS horse. This one, I think it's a Pinto horse. Because I've always liked the Appaloosa horses and the Pinto horses, so I gotta go with this horse. Especially since her eye color definitely would match my eyes in real life, I'd say. And also, I had a friend back in high school. It was actually very funny. Him and I were talking about the sports we played. He was into swimming. I was in track and field. He actually said I'd be more like a horse because I was a sprinter / runner, and he'd be a fish because he's a swimmer. I still kind of laugh at that. So I gotta say I definitely relate more to an LPS horse. Except I did not do hurdles. I was more of a racer, like sprinting events mainly, not the long distance running, even though that seemed cool. And there was also pole vaulting and so many other events I wished I tried, but I only did sprinting because I think that was the only thing I was really good at back then. Alright, so the next question is favorite LPS series at the moment. Okay, I have a lot of LPS series I loved watching and ones I'm trying to rewatch again. The one I currently just finished as of today is called Love is Blind by Mimi Stars. Oh my gosh, that show just, I do not know what it was, but I just got so obsessed with that series. It just like, I don't know what happened. I just kind of clicked to it like right away. It was just very addicting to keep watching, and there's some other series I kind of want to watch that some other YouTubers have made, but they don't make videos as much anymore. Alright, so LPS pet peeve. Oh boy, there's probably a bunch of those I could think about. Just gotta take a minute to think of what pet peeves I'd have on the LPS. Okay, so I'm gonna grab an LPS really quickly to show you guys an example of something that I have a big pet peeve on. Okay, so sometimes I notice this happening to LPS when you're like using them. Here's like a little example of what I'm talking about. So like when you're trying to move like their neck side to side, sometimes they'll make like little squeaky noises, and also sometimes when you're trying to have your LPS move, sometimes they'll just like fall over like that, which I accidentally did that in video, trying to show you guys a little example. But yes, that has happened to me many times using LPS. They fall like just randomly when you're trying to use them, just like, whoop. And it's just like so random out of nowhere. I also don't like it when that happens either. Alright, so last question. An LPS you want a lot. Oh boy, that is going to be very hard to decide on because there's still so many I really want to get for my collection. So these three LPS I really want a lot. The Chinese Golden New Year Bunny is definitely one. Same with the Chinese New Year Golden Ox or LPS Cow. And I also want to get the LPS Dragon, that's number 2484, that LPS Ace uses for, I think, her mascot for some of her videos. I watched her in forever, but I just remember she had that as her mascot or character. So those are the three LPS I really want a lot, but for now, I'm just trying to get the other LPS for a while. So those are all the questions for this Q&A, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, everybody.